Oh shit. Here we go again.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sam's Rant. Sorry, it's been a while. I've just been trying to figure out which would be the best way to do this one because, obviously, the game on Saturday was quite the emotional roller coaster, and I just want to really rant about one thing. Then, obviously, yesterday, which I found quite ironic, on the anniversary of the Munich accident with the Busby Babes, excuse me, we get the breaking news about Man City facing, what is it, 150 charges for FIFA Fair Play, I guess, breaches, allegedly, they say, which I thought was quite convenient, to say the least, on such a day, when we're supposed to be reminiscing about arguably what would have been the greatest Man United team to ever set, foot on the pitch, but it was just a little bit fun, I guess. It lightened the mood because obviously it's not like we have to be sad about the anniversary. I mean, if anything, we should celebrate them because Sir Matt Busby did a thing that's, you know, what can I say? It was a revolutionary thing that he did, and it basically gave birth to what is one of the greatest attributes about Man United, which is, growing our own. Our kids becoming those generational talents, which obviously on the eve of the Greenwood news and stuff kind of like leaves a little bit of a sour taste, but it's just like, you know what? Time, hey? Time will heal. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Firstly, if you're returning, what's good? Welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the anarchy. You're fortunate to join these, but I've tried to chop them down because I can go on a tangent for quite a bit, but nonetheless, I hope you all enjoy. So, first things first. Let's discuss that fucking embarrassing. What do you even do? Can you even call it refereeing? The Casemiro red card, the elephant in the fucking room. My gosh, that was such bullshit. And please forgive my French, but please explain to me how Schlapp barges Anthony into the sign, and that's not deemed as aggressive or violent conduct. In the scuffle that happens afterwards, we see Casemiro holding, what's his name? I forget his name. Is it Murphy or something? Whomever that. I think it's a midfielder for Palace. Nonetheless, he's holding him around the neck. But obviously, when you play it in real time, you can see he's just kind of like shoving him off. But if you freeze it when he's got his hands around his neck, it looks like a strangle, which obviously is like, okay, VAR will be like, okay, go and look at that. Which, okay, fine, right? Cool. If you want to call the red card, I mean, look, in real time when you watch it over, I think it's soft because you can see he's shoving him away. But if you're going to give that a red card, you have to go give everything else a red card. You have to stop the game and now go look for all the other shit because literally, not even a meter away, you've got Jordan Ayew who's got Fred here. Fred's head is here. Ayew was fucking choking him out, basically. Why is that one not deemed violent conduct? And then you're gonna have fucking what's his name, Dermot Gallagher on Sky Sports News say, yeah, no, but the thing is the incident was only based on the Casemiro incident. It had nothing to do with the Fred one. And in my head, I'm like, no. The same way they do it in the NFL, on the NBA, you look at everything. You have to, if we have to take 5 minutes to look at everything, then you go and book all those players. It's either they all get yellows or they all get reds. The Anthony yellow card, fine, because Anthony was getting under people's skin and the way they reacted, I'm happy with that. And obviously for Schlapp as well, the yellow, fantastic. But if you're gonna give Casemiro a red for holding Mang, forget his name. Sorry, I just forget his name. No disrespect or whatever. If you're gonna give Casemiro a red for that, you have to give Jordan Ayew a red as well. Then it's fair. Otherwise, they all walk around with yellows or you leave it alone. And the worst part is that he was called over to just look at that one incident. You can see they have an agenda against us. If that was a Leeds and Crystal Palace game, they wouldn't even bat an eye. They'd be like, it's just the nature of the Premier League. It's a very competitive league. It's a man's sport, Fuck out of here. Some more bullshit. Then they're gonna say if we contest it, they might choose to extend the ban for another 4 games if they feel like it wasn't a feasible or the case was winnable. Bullshit. That is some more bullshit. They're just mad because it's us. That's all they're mad about. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming because he's our most important player. He's our most important player. If Casemiro had a British passport, if he was Declan Rice, no one would bat an eye. Alas, anyway. Let's leave that one there because at least we got the results. He's got a 3-match ban. I am hoping that they do appeal it because I think it would be the right thing to do. If they're gonna say no and then ban him for a further game, which will mean he'll miss the EFL final? Yeah, what's it? Yeah, the EFL final. Because he's gonna miss Leeds twice, if I'm not mistaken. And I forget who else we play. And if it was a fourth one, he'll also miss the final, which obviously will suck. But I think for the next 3 fixtures, we can kind of make our way without him. Especially with Sabitzer, who came on and had a pretty decent debut. Like, very chuffed. That was really, really good. Obviously, the pass from Anthony, gorgeous assist. He's, slowly getting there. And Rashford just can't stop scoring right now. So, we're happy. Plus, Bruno's penalty was great. And also, by the way, give Bruno his flowers. Like, as a captain, you see there, I can say that's my captain. Not Harry Maguire. Imagine now we go and we win the EFL and then Harry Maguire comes in for a 20-minute cameo and then picks up the trophy. Nah, come on, guys. Come on. Anyway, let me move past before I really lose my shit. So yeah, we'll have to see. We're obviously playing tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to see how he lines up, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna do maybe Sabitzer as the 6 and Fred as an 8. I guess we'll have to see what he does there. And obviously Bruno will probably play as well, unless he does a lot of rotation. But nonetheless, let's talk about Man City. So interesting. I always had that thing of these guys fucking bought the league, right? Come on. It's that Arab money. But now we all want it. Look at Chelsea and their spending. I guess Chelsea is a little bit slick in how they're doing their cheating, because how are you buying a player for 8 years? Like, having his contract be 8 years long, that's crazy. Just to avoid the FIFA Fair Play chats. But it will be interesting to see what the actual, like when the FA comes out and says, okay, this is what we're actually charging City for, then it will be very interesting because we'll get to see if Chelsea is safe, because I don't think Chelsea is safe. But yeah, so they say that the potential punishment or penalties will be they forfeit the trophies that they won during the time. Because what was it? It was from 2009 till 2018. They forfeit the trophies, or they suffer points deduction. I don't know how many points. Or they get kicked out of the FA altogether and have to now play in non-competitive football. That's insane. So obviously these punishments are quite severe. My honest opinion is it can't be a fine because Man City's rich. That's stupid. You can't go and fine people for being rich and then expect them to not be able to pay whatever you've made them pay and like nothing happens to them. I think so apparently the reason they're going to have to get kicked out of the FA completely is because the championship as well would not want to accept them into the league if they were to get relegated. But I think that would honestly be the best one, because if you're going to now say, okay, take away their titles, then everyone who finished second for that year, for example, Oli will get a title, right? But now you're awarding second place. I don't know if that works. And like, what about their genuine like length of the season? Like, what if teams that got relegated because they played against City and lost those games, where they might have actually won them if City hadn't had all that money, because City wasn't shit. Manchester was always red. We were the ones, right? We had the sponsorship deals coming because we were at the top of football, Where did Man City get their sponsors coming from? Because apparently all this is coming from them cooking the books of how much the sponsors pay. But Man City can barely fill up a stadium in their home ground. Where are all these global fans? Where are they? Where are these fans? Because you've got the diehard Man City fans, the people that were there when they got relegated and when they came back up. You've got those guys. But these new age generation fans, what are you talking about? What do you even know? What do you even know? Because you only know from, I think, when was it? I think it was that first season of Roberto Mancini where they had Yaya Toure, David Silva coming in. That's what you know. You don't know what's his face. I forget the name of him. It was a winger. I remember his last name was Sinclair. And I remember I'd always play FIFA And whenever I play Man City, he'd always be the one who'd always be crossing the ball. And you're just like, fuck, who is this guy? Because his crosses were always dope. I just remember his last name because that's what I'd see. But case in point, no one knows. I can name you Liverpool greats. I can name you Arsenal greats. Can you name your Man City great? You know? So it begs the question as to where these fans have been all the time. But nonetheless, anyway, that's fine. That's cool. Pretty sus how they're able to spend all this money on players and, you know, their wages and stuff. And you look at the fans, like how many people are actually buying tickets and merchandise. I don't know if it balances out, man, which I guess they've been investigating quite a while, because even UEFA wanted to, and I think they paid a fine for that. I'm not too sure, but something happened there and they kind of wiggled their way out. But clearly the FA has been sitting on this and they're like, nah, they're mad. So what do you think would be the best punishment? I feel like taking away the trophies, let them keep the trophies, but then relegate them. And from there, I feel like they'll have to have like a cap on how much they can spend for like maybe 2 or 3 years. Because it's pointless relegating them because they're just going to win and come back up. And then if they can still then just now start spending the money again, because now people will actually be interested to see what happens with City. But if you relegate them, you cap them at expenditure and salary caps, they're obviously going to lose a lot of players when you do that. No Erling Haaland is going to play in the Championship. No Kevin De Bruyne is going to play in the Championship, you know. So obviously a lot of players will leave, but they've got such a big squad that you can't now say that everyone that's in that squad has to go without anyone still being there. And they can't just be like, we're promoting all of the youth. That's crazy. They can't do that. Just maybe 7 or 8 of the big dogs are going to leave. And the other ones will just stay, be like, what, Championship for a year? Not too bad. But if now the Championship doesn't want them, where do they go? Because if they're not playing non-competitive football, who's paying those players' salaries? Who's coming to watch those games? You know? That's where it gets tricky. That's where it gets pretty interesting. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with this. But my honest opinion is let them keep their titles, relegate them and cap their salary. And let's see. Because nothing else is fair. You can't say, okay, cool, then yeah, Liverpool will get 3 more titles because they always finish second. I just feel like it's not fair to have them finish second, because what about everything else that happened during the league, you know, and with the rest of the table? It's not fair, and they can't take a bribe, so the only thing that I can see fit is kick him out. Drop him down or kick him out. And let's see what the oil money says. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for me today. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you made it all the way this far, sorry for taking up so much of your time, but I really hope you did enjoy. And take care out there. This is Sam signing out. Deuce. I should fuck her